look at a problem involving an expansion. A plus b quantity cubed. The exponent 3 tells me to use the base, a plus b, as a factor 1, 2, 3 times. Now I'm ready to multiply. I'm going to multiply these two together. And then I'll multiply that product by the third, a plus b. Multiplying the first two together, a times a is a squared, a times b is ab, b times a is ab, b times b is b squared. Times, I still need to multiply by a plus b. Finishing inside the brackets, I have a squared plus 2ab plus b squared times a plus b. Now I multiply the a squared by both of these. A squared times a is a cubed. A squared times b is a squared b. 2ab times a is 2a squared b. 2ab times b is 2a b squared. B squared times a is a b squared. B squared times b is b cubed. Now I'll simply combine like terms. We have a cubed, 1a squared b plus 2a squared b gives me 3a squared b. 2ab squared plus ab squared gives me 3ab squared plus the b cubed. As my answer. The process works for any number of terms. Let's multiply 2a minus b plus 3 times a plus 2b minus 1. I go through and I multiply 2a by all three of these terms. So 2a times a, 2a squared, 2a times 2b, 4ab, 2a times negative 1, so negative 2a. Now be very careful with your signs. Notice we have a positive times a negative, so it's going to be negative. Now I'm through with 2a. Now I'm going to multiply the opposite of b by all three of them. The opposite of b times a is the opposite of ab, because a negative times a positive is negative. The opposite of b times 2b is going to be a negative 2b squared. The opposite of b times a negative 1 is going to be a positive b. A negative times a negative is positive. Now I'm going to multiply 3 by everything. 3 times a is 3a. 3 times 2b is 6b. 3 times negative 1 is negative 3. Now I combine any like terms that I happen to have. I have no other a squared, so I'll leave 2a squared by itself. I do have ab terms. I have a 4ab minus a 1ab, which gives me 3 AB. I'm going to mark these out as I write them down so I don't use them twice. I have a negative 2A plus 3A, which gives me A. I have a B, which is understood to be 1B, plus 6B, which gives 7B. I have a negative 2B squared minus 3. I should have checked the number of terms up here to make sure I had multiplied enough. I have 3 terms here, 3 terms here. 3 times 3 would be 9, so I should have 9 terms. Before I start combining. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I had all my terms. Then I just need to be careful with combining like terms. Now it's time for you to do some more exercises. Carefully copy the exercises. Stop the tape. Work the exercises. And then restart the tape to check your answers. The first one, 4x squared minus xy plus 2y squared times 2x minus y. The second one, 2p minus r quantity cubed. Here are your answers. If you disagree with either answer, be sure to check with someone in a math science lab.